Hello and welcome to How2R. This is a video series for using R for your basic data analytics needs. And today we're going to take a look at the renaming functions, or how we can rename our columns. So if I take a look at my data frame, open that up here, I can see that there's several of these fields or columns that have spaces in between. And as we've seen in other videos, that's a challenge for when using our functions. So I'd like to rename many, if not all of these columns to remove that or even simplify the name. Maybe it just needs to be order rather than order date, or ship rather than ship date, certainly not without the space. So I want to execute some R commands to rename some of these columns. So I'm going to start off by first taking a look at, we want to display the existing column names. I certainly saw that when I opened up the view, but I can also just use the names command, and that's going to display the current names for each of my columns in my data frame. So the data frame is sales data, and I just issuing the names command, names function. And then down here, I can see a list of all the names. So we can see that certainly there's a lot of names with spaces in there, and I'm going to need to do some work to clean this up. So if I wanted to just rename one of the columns, so let's say I wanted to rename the discount applied to just discount. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the names function again, but what I'm doing is I'm going to identify which columns I want to rename. So in square brackets, I'm going to use the names column, pulling out the names from my data frame of sales data and looking for those columns that are exactly equal to the discount applied column. So it's going to find the column names that have a column name of discount applied, which there's going to be one. And this double equals is what we use as an equal sign in this type of search. And then what we're going to do is with those, we're going to set the name of that column to just discount. We're going to apply that update to the sales data frame. So we're going to execute this function to rename just that discount applied column to discount. I hit enter, and then we can execute the names function again, and then we will see down here that the discount applied, which was before we saw the discount applied up here. And after I execute the function, we can see that it's now just called discount. So it renamed just that one column. Next, if I wanted to rename all columns, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same function, but this time I don't have to select a particular column. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to tell R the names that I want to use for all my columns. So when I'm going to be providing a list, I need to use the C outside of my parentheses to indicate that this is a list. So what I'm doing is I'm going to set the names, the column names in my data frame and then I'm going to identify all the columns. And this is rather error prone, because if I don't get the right number of column names, it can cause a problem. So I've got to be careful when using this command. But what I need to do is I see that I have 17 variables to name. So I should have 17 variables in my list of column names. So I can see that I do have the 17. And now rather than just renaming just one column, I'm indicating all of the column names. And even though I renamed discount before, I still need to include that in my list, because this is a list of all the columns and what I want to call them now. So I still have discount in that list. So when I execute that, I can go ahead and confirm the names again. And we can see here now it is the order, the column names that I indicated there. It had renamed all the columns in my data frame based off those names that I wanted to use. So this shows two different ways. One here is to use a command, the names command, to update just one column versus identifying the names for all of my columns or all my fields within that data frame. So these are two different methods to rename the columns in your data frame.